Well, there's my favorite girl right there. Don't tell my wife I said that. But more importantly than my PB up there, we've been hard at work with the swim baits. Yeah, you can see I got a whole kitchen full of them here. And a cookie sheet full of stuff. So this was kind of a fun little project I did the other night. It was like a little juvenile smallmouth. And, you know, I shoulda, coulda, hopefully can do that striping a little better next time. But somebody really liked those and asked to purchase them. So yeah, we've been doing some natural shads, some chartreuse shads. Here's some of the new jerkbait. And sorry, the lighting's a little off in here. These I was really happy with. This juvenile rainbow trout with the kind of horizontal splotches there, those blue splotches. And that's one of the signature Jetson eyes right there. That is plush copper. Okay, welcome back everybody to the world's worst fishing. I'm Chris Jones. Thank you so much for being here today and taking time out of your schedule to watch us play around with fishing lures in our garage. Today's going to be a special video. We are doing a collaboration video in part with another bait making YouTuber. His name is Todd McAllister. His YouTube channel's name is Lure Up. There'll be a link in the description below to his version of this collaboration project. Basically, he did all the hard work, made this amazing mold. I'm just demonstrating, showcasing the mold, and having fun with it. He did all the hard stuff. But anyway, Todd is incredibly talented. I mean, all you have to do is just watch a few of his videos and you can see his outside the box thinking, the way that he problem solves to come up with new ideas to make custom forums. Yeah, the guy's a freaking genius. So anyway, he contacted me a few months ago and we just started talking baits, and a collaboration project kind of came about, and this is the result. So definitely check him out. I want a lot of my followers to go over there, give him some support, give him a sub. You will not regret it. Okay, so let's take a look. Love this little thing right here. Please drum here. So I guess we will do our traditional grip drum roll reveal as we always do. Now you can see based on the outline and the size of my hand, you know, this is a very large bait. In his video he calls it an 8-inch gizzard shad. So this is sort of like the rough outline and silicone. Once we actually open the mold, you can see the true size of it. However, it's a very, very, very large bait. So these screws are actually, this is really, really clever the way that he made this mold. And again, I invite all of y'all to go over there and watch it, because it's absolutely amazing what he went through. I mean, this is a completely handmade, okay, master, and he made this 2-piece particle board and silicone injection mold of it. It's absolutely insane the amount of detail that he put in this. So anyway, we're going to open this up and then look at it, but we're going to be using some Dead On Plastics saltwater blend, as you can see over there. That is their firmest durometer, and a bait this large, I don't want anything softer. Okay, so now that we have all of the sort of alignment screws, because those are basically for alignment, now we can open up the mold. And let me scooch some of this stuff. Yeah, alright, so we have a few things happening here. This is actually a little handmade plunger that he would use sort of as an injector. We're just going to try to use a regular injector at first. Now, we'll talk about this here in a second. Well, actually, we'll just talk about it now. So this right here is basically a weighted insert that has our wires, okay? So the way that this fits into the mold, you can see these two little notches here. That fits in there like that. So basically, I'm injecting plastic around this piece, which is going to allow a hook tie, and then the bottom, a line tie, and then a hook right there. So we'll have a treble hook dangling off the back. So super cool. And there again, this is like a little homemade piece. It almost looks like it's made out of pop, maybe plaster of Paris or something. But it's very, very, very heavy. So it's sort of like an internal weight insert that also doubles as the rigging apparatus. So if we look at this thing, Look at the detail in that. That's all from a handmade, hand-carved master. And of course, there again, like I've already mentioned, you can see how he made this in his video. So I don't know how much plastic this mold drinks, but I'm assuming it drinks a lot. So we're just going to fill up 1 cup of saltwater blend here. And not only should that be enough, that should more than be enough, but it's better to have more than not enough, because you know, if your injector runs out of plastic before the mold fills, and especially before you can top off the sprue opening, which is so important on a large cavity like this that's going to draw in a lot of plastic, the worst thing in the world you can do is run out of plastic. Okay, here we go. We have our N2 injector. As you can see, it's like a baseball bat, but I wanted to use this one because it has like a real loose, smooth feel. And I don't want to use a tight injector that I have to force real hard because I don't want to flash. We are just going to push hard enough to keep things moving. And we should see a little bit of plastic come out one of the vents. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Okay, I think that means that we're good. Yeah, good. You can see some air coming out. It's actually a good thing. I'd rather it come out than not be able to come out. Okay, wish me luck. That took almost the entire cup of plastic. Okay, drum roll please. Oh, you know, that actually has like a good drumming rebound. Anyway, that's enough piddling around. Okay, I'm like nervous. Really don't want to mess this up. Let's try and open it. Just see what happens. Ah, okay. We got a full injection. A little bit of a dent here. Okay, that's not done. All right. So, lesson number 1 here. I need to hold a little bit more pressure. I didn't want to hold too much. As we can see, we have a big dent there. Okay. Yeah, you can see it there. But I didn't want to keep forcing the injector and flash. Looks like we flashed a little bit up there by that fin, but nothing that you can't just peel right off. Yeah. So that's not bad. I tell you, this thing actually injected really well for being a handmade mold that does not have the tolerances of CNC, does not have the ability to cut vents like CNC, and is so big, this injected really well. So I do think we'll get one that comes out pretty perfect. We have more of those inserts. So I'm going to let this cool down a little bit longer, and then we'll take it out and really examine it. And if we need to run another one, we will. All right, so let's take a look. This thing is absolutely enormous. And that side right there did really well. We just have this mega dent right there. So I am going to try another one, but as you can see, you know, your line tie there, I think that's where he was gonna put a hook, but the actual one's right down here. So you can see that actually works really well, the way that he did that. The tail filled in better than some injection swim bait molds. That's absolutely amazing how well that filled. I think it's an incredibly attractive bait. And here's just a little size comparison. Here's one of my 6-inch open pores. Right. This thing is absolutely enormous. There's a little size comparison. All right, I got one that came out pretty much flawless. There are no major defects or major dents. You know, everything filled in nicely. And man, I'm just still in awe of this thing. So we have 2 working ones so far, one of which is in really good shape. I have another one here that we're going to open up. Oh, drum roll, hold on. Forgot to... Yeah, forgot that. And let's just see if this one came out. Ugh. Yeah, that one's looking pretty good. All right, so we have one mounted up here, and this is the best one in terms of the mold filling out. So we just kind of have it on a little stand here where you just kind of poke into the plastic a little bit, and you can see it kind of holds the bait in place. You know, that way, whenever we have our airbrush ready, if I can get it here, you know, we'll be able to do what we need to do. And just real quick, in order to actually airbrush paint a soft plastic, we need to use paint that's made for it. So the Lure Works SB coat, the solvent-based coat paints, work incredibly well. Now they are solvent-based, as I just mentioned, so ventilation is key. You do not want to breathe in these fumes, but this stuff right here works really, really well. So if you are looking into the idea of painting some soft baits, you'll need these right here. Okay, here we go. Let's try not to ruin everything. So we have sort of a green pumpkin brown mixed in here. And let me pick this up carefully, if I can here. I'm already nervous, guys. I don't want to mess this up. And so we're gonna kind of start with a green pumpkin color, okay? So let's see what we can do. Oh yeah. Look how smooth this stuff sprays. Just like that. It's looking pretty good. And we're just gonna kind of go along the top here and the sides. You can see I have the that top fin taped off. That way we don't get overspray up there, because I want to try to accent the fins later on. So we just want to get a nice, and then later we're going to go over that with black on top. Okay, so here we have that first color down. It's sort of a brown, almost gold green pumpkin. Alright, a little uneven, but it's about as good as we could do it. So now I just kind of want to go over some the top with some black, do a little black shading here and there. So that is the plan. I'm going to try not to spill it. And of course we're just going to kind of start by shading some black around the eye. You can see the black's going on nice and slow, which is actually kind of nice. You won't just overkill it too much here. So darken up that eye socket, and to where it kind of blends in with the green pumpkin. Okay, and now we just kind of want to do your ever popular black top, where we're just fading. You can see this stuff goes on lightly, much more reduced than my traditional water-based paints. So we're going to be here all day, basically. Alright, let me show you what we have. Turns out we just didn't mix the paint up enough, so the black was just way too thinned out. But that's sort of what we have going for us. And now I just kind of want to spray the tip of this little fin down here with some black. So we're going to try that. There again, that might be a little bit out of my pay grade, but we're going to see what we can do. Just kind of get the tip of it there, yeah. Yeah, something just like, yeah, and look at how much of a difference that makes already. Just little accents like that. And we'll do the same thing with this big fin up here, of course. But this is starting to look halfway like a gizzard shad pattern. So now we'll try it. Oops. Try it on this side. Yeah, just something like that. All right, now while I have the black already in the brush here, we're gonna attempt to do the kill dots. Okay, so here we go. Of course it's gonna splatter. Now I have to clean that off. Jeez. Well, okay, there's about the best that we could do it. So not exactly as precise as I wanted. I actually got it a little bit cleaner on this side. But there again, it still has the proper effect. But there again, really wish I could have done that a little bit better because I cannot start over. All right, so I decided to go with some purple, and we're just gonna kind of do a real faint line sort of down the center here, right below this. Oh, sorry. And I mean super faint. Luckily this stuff's already pretty faint. But yeah, real faint line of purple. Just to give it a little bit of color. It's just barely discernible. Yeah, something just like that. Just a little bit of color to it. Alright, so you can see we put sort of this kind of gray pearl up front. Now I'm just going to put it in the front of this fin here, which is then going to sort of fade into a darker black onto the tips. Okay, so that's how we're going to do that. And then later on, once we get some more black, we'll do just sort of like the tip of that fin in black. Same with this one up here. So eventually we're going to have to mix out some more black. Alright, now we're just going to touch up a few areas with some more black. Mainly sort of like the tip of this fin up here. Yeah, make that a little darker. So it kind of goes from that sort of gray to the black. Do the same thing on this side. Just like that. Yeah. Looking good, looking good. And then I want to do a little bit more around the eye socket here. Yeah, just darken that up a bit. Alright, now we're just going to try to kind of fade that. Yeah, just like that. So that that fin kind of fades the black there. A little overspill, but yeah, not bad. Overall, I'm actually starting to like it. I don't know what to do with the tail yet though. Okay, this is definitely the better side. I had a hiccup on the tail back there where some paint got rubbed off. But as you can see, I've added a few more features with the black. So we kind of went around the edge of the tail in black. And this little peg has disrupted some of that, but not much. Did the back of the tail in some black. And then we sort of traced with a faint line of black around the gill plates there. And I think that's done. I don't think I can really add much else to it without screwing something up royally. So I think that actually looks pretty cool. So now what we're going to do is we're just going to clear coat it. But we're going to add maybe a little bit of hologram flake to it, or maybe a faint layer of color shift powder to it, so that we have a little bit of sparkle. I think that's what we're going to do. Alright, it is clear coat time, and we have in some alien pearl right there, GC47. That is a dip your car color shift. So if you visit the links down below, you'll find my affiliate link there. And basically, we just want to cover this whole swinging thing with this clear coat here. Yeah, look at that effect that it just gave it. Oh, that is super awesome. Color shift, baby. Works everywhere. So anyway, we are just clear coating this thing. And of course we'll add an eyeball on after a bit. But this clear coat will seal in this paint, and it will also add this sparkle effect, or the hyper shift effect. Okay, well, after lots of painting and thought, here's what we have. You can see that hyper shift effect there in the clear coat. Super cool, man. Yeah, this is definitely the better side over here. I always paint one side better than the other. I'll know I'm actually improving if I can ever get a paint job even on both sides. But until then, this is not bad. I'm really happy with it. Now, Now this takes a 12mm eye, and unfortunately, I'm very limited on 12mm eye options. So I don't have a fancy Jetson to throw on there. It's probably just gonna have to be a generic hologram eye. And there we go. Have it rigged up. Giant treble hook there. Yeah. I actually took that hook off of a glide bait that that Todd made me. So, yeah, awesome stuff. What do y'all think? Well, that right there is about as cool as it gets. The bait with the mold. Wow, what an awesome thing. And we will probably take one of the plain white ones just to get a little action footage in the water. That way we can look at how this thing swims, because I can't make a custom swim bait mold video without an action shot. I would be morally remiss, but if I use a bright color like this, you'll see it better. All right, welcome back. We are down at the pond. It's got a nice little dock on it, a bunch of water fountains. So this is a place in Tallahassee known as Hotel Pond, and the bait that we're throwing is probably bigger than the biggest bass in here. It is Dink City, but it has this nice dock that we're on, and I can get some action shots. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna flip the camera around, take a look at one of the white pearl versions of it, and see how she swims. All right, so I have it tied on here. Looking good, looking good. And we'll just dangle it in the water real fast. I'll try not to drop my camera in. Oh, look at that. Oh, I don't know if you can see. Even that little top dorsal fin moves. Oh, come on. Hold on, let's try this again. Oh man, that's cool. I don't even know if we need any more action footage. There it is. Look at that. That's a bad little cat. Let's see if I can get a zoomed in shot. I'm not used to throwing a bait this heavy, but we'll give it a cast just to see what a cast feels like. Yeah, that's pretty awesome. Okay, we are back inside, and thank God for good air conditioning. Anyway, awesome video. Todd, thank you so much for this collaboration. Thank you for making such an awesome, one-of-a-kind mold. I really enjoyed figuring it out and painting it up, bringing it to life. Amazing work. Guys, gals, if y'all have not gone over to his channel, head over to the link in the description below. You're going to see some amazing things. He comes up with just the most creative ways to do new lure concepts. So you will absolutely enjoy watching his content. The guy's a genius. So you know, like I said earlier, he did the hard part. All I did was use the mold. So awesome stuff. Please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and all that good stuff. And we will see y'all in the next video.